I'm excited to be here. It's an honor to be here, and I want to just thank you all for having me. As we know, yes, is better?
Yeah.
Okay, very much so. Usually people are telling me to be quiet, not talk more, so I have to get used to this. But as you know, Kiwanis provides great service to our community, and I'm pleased to be able to be honored here to be part of recognizing the ones that have come before you and the ones that you're taking their offices today. So with this in mind, we'd like to first recognize the outgoing officers and directors and thank them for their service. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say your name, I'm going to have you stand, and we're going to hold our applause to the end for the sake of time, okay? Excellent. From the board, we have Mary Alice Niebold and Stephen Riggs. Okay, and our outgoing secretary, Jerry Schmier, excuse me. Thank you, Jerry. We thank each of you for your service to your club and your dedication as you fulfilled the role in our club board over the last 2 years. Jerry, the club wants to thank you especially for taking on the crucial role of secretary and for all the work, service, and ideas that you have shared with them. At this time, we can give them an applause. Next, and we're going to have you stand and remain standing till all the members of the new board of directors' names are called. Continuing on the board of directors for a second year of their 2-year term, we have Rodney Vanderveer, he's not here today, Lenny Seidel, and Steve Curtis. Also, James Woodruff will continue to serve on the board as a director, completing Lou Graham's term. Let's give them a round of applause. Now we have some that are new to the board, fulfilling their terms through September of 2019, and it's my pleasure to recognize Teresa Rutlegel, Terry Hopf, Carl Fritten, and Bill Ware. As directors of the board, you, along with the officers of your club, will handle most of the business of this club. It's an important responsibility. You will set strategic direction, implement club policies, approve the club's budget, support committee activities, and oversee the administrative tasks of the club. We want to thank each of you for stepping up to play this important role today. It's my pleasure to formally install each of you as director of this club. Applause. Now we'll move on to the officers. As I say your name, please stand, and I'll call your name. You want me to come forward? I've been told by the new president you will also come forward as I call your name, and we'll have you remain standing. Please hold your applause till all the officers have been installed. Lynn Heiser. Lynn, as treasurer, you serve in an office that demands absolute integrity and financial accounting skills. It is your role to deposit and disperse the funds of the club upon the direction of the board of directors. You also report on the club's finances at each board meeting. Thank you for continuing your service in this important role, and I formally install you as treasurer. Lou Graham. Lou, the club secretary, is a master of details. From the handling of club business to reports, correspondence, records, the website, the club directory, all are essential for the club to run smoothly. Thank you for assuming this important role, and I formally install you as secretary. Jim Hopf. Jim, the club thanks you for your fine service to Kiwanis during the year of your presidency. They look forward to your continued guidance and welcome your experience as you move on to your role as immediate past president with one more year of service on the board. We thank you. Mary Jo Vanderveer.
Standing in for Mary Jo Vanderveer.
I'll stand in.
Okay. Mary Jo, as you take on the position of Vice President, you are welcomed into the ranks of club officers. You have already been serving this club in many important areas, and the club looks forward to all you will bring to your new role. I formally install you as Vice President. Diane Camberado. Diane, as you move into your role as President-elect, the club thanks you for your continuing service and dedication. The leadership you have shown on various committees makes you well suited for this role, and should the club find it necessary to impeach Audrey at some point, we know you are ready to take the helm. I hereby formally install you as President-elect. And now we're going to get to someone who's near and dear to my heart. It's Audrey Schneeder. And I think if someone could help me with a photograph, I want to show you what exactly you're getting into. Now, as you can see, I don't keep her terribly busy, so she should have plenty of time to work hard for you as well. And that is her in action. That's not staged. I snuck in there and took this photo. Audrey. This year, you move up to the position of president, a position of leadership and responsibility. Guided by your club's vision, you and your board will set goals for improving your club members' experience and for increasing the impact of your club's service in the community. Thank you for taking on this responsibility. I hereby formally install you as president of this club and wish for that you and your administrative year will exceed your expectations. Kiwanians, I present your new club officers. They said I couldn't do any closing sermons, so I'll skip that. But I do want to thank all of you for your support of our organization and the organizations in this community. Yes. Without you, we could not make the difference that we do, and so we just thank you, Kiwanians, for all that you do for us. And Audrey, there will be no extra time off. Congratulations.
All right. So, oops, more pictures. Oh, it's good. Everybody done? Yeah. Okay, Gail?
Hey, just in the past few years, golly, I just got lipstick on that or something. In the past few years, we've been doing a passing of the pin. And so I'm representing TACA today to welcome Jim in with a past president's pin. Oh, golly, I can't do that and hold the mic, too. Okay, there you go.
Sticking good, kid.
Okay, I don't have my glasses on either. Okay, is it through the shirt? I can't tell. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, there we go. And Jim is going to pass his president's pin on to Audrey.
Yes.
Turn it on, but just like it. There you go.
We didn't actually have this pin in the past, but we do now. Audrey, if you would please give this one to Diane Camberado as president-elect.
Very good. Very good.
That's And
very good.
Diane, if you didn't have one before, but if you would give this to Jan in for honor of Mary Jo being vice president, thank you. And keep your little envelopes and pass those pins next year, okay? So thank you very much. I wanted to take a moment, and because I can, you guys can sit down, but you know, but just to take a moment to give a little history here. As past president emeritus, or whatever you would call me. But anyway, a few years ago, we were in some dire straits And two people came forward at that time and pulled us out of the dire straits. One of them has gone to the can right now while I'm doing this speech, but you will make a, could you keep this rolling so you can see this later on? And that's Jerry Schmier, who, I was in a world of hurt there when we didn't have a secretary for a while. And he stepped forward and did some remarkable things for us. And in terms of new systems and new ways of doing things. And it's a tough job. It really is a tough job. And he came forward and did that. We also had a great opportunity at that point. We were at a point, and I think some will testify to it, that, we were just kind of getting by. We were just kind of getting by. And we really needed something to inspire us and to move us forward. And at that time, I was president. I was going, I'm never going to make this thing keep going. How am I going to make this thing keep going? And Jim came back inspired from the Kiwanis Vancouver International Convention and said, let's build a playground. And I was, oh, golly, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Nobody's going to do anything. And he was inspired. And with that inspiration and with a wonderful gift, an anonymous gift of $20,000 from a club member, we were able to get this game on the road. And in that 2 years, 3 years, and the inspiration of building both the Columbian Park Zoo project and then the playground that we put in at Cumberland Park, we got a lot of pride. So those two gentlemen should be welcomed and respected for the great work that they've done. So just as a little token of our appreciation, and somebody will tell Jerry how wonderful this all was, okay? Because he's in the can. Anyway, but there it is. So, but thank you very much. We do appreciate you.
Thank you, Gail, for the kind words.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I have been thinking. That's scary. Because for about the last 3 weeks, I think a lot of you know that I was barely a C student in college and worse than that in high school. So it takes me a long time to think about things. But I got a lot of thank you I want to do here right now. As a matter of fact, my list is 55 thank yous long. So please bear with me. First of all, in the last year, we've taken in 10 new members and 2 transfers. And I think you should all give yourselves a hand for that, because the club is growing. And that's the only way we can survive. So we need more new members. And then I want to recognize some committee chairmen, because I think you might remember back when I became president a year ago, I said we'll only be as good as our committee chairman. And so our committee chairmen have done a great job. First one is Jacob Hoffman, who's not here, but I want to recognize him for the Christmas auction and for the Salvation Army. Our auction raised $6,274.99.
Thank you so much.
So we need to thank Jacob for doing that. And then the Salvation Army Bell Ringers, chaired by Billy Hooper. Billy, would you wave back there? Billy takes care of that. We raised $3,413.93. Mary Alice Niebold is not here, but she's the chairman of Diaper a Kid Day, where we raised $1,085.75. And with that, we purchased 4,941 diapers and 8,056 wipes. Our football ticket takers, chaired by Lenny Seidel. Lenny, would you wave to everybody over there? Yep. That project raised $2,033.44 last year. Our Purdue Dining Hall table clearers, Bill Ware, you're the chairman. Would you raise your hand back there? Raised $1,177.35 this past August. Our pancake breakfast, chaired by Jan Coleman. Jan, would you wave? Raised $6,745.35. Our Youth Services Committee, we were granted $5,000 by the board to give grants to 12 organizations. chaired by Diane Camberado. Diane, would you wave to us over there? Okay. The Kiwanis Foundation, chaired by Jeff Love. Jeff? The Kiwanis Foundation gave $19,644 to 18 organizations this past year. Thank you, Jeff, for your leadership. The Corporate Sponsor Committee, chaired by Taka and myself. We went around and knocked on a lot of doors, got a lot of new corporate sponsors. We raised $5,725 in cash, plus a $2,000 in-kind gift from WLFI TV to advertise for the pancake breakfast. The Riley Hospital buckets raised $1,220.50. And the Publicity Committee did some checking about how many kids we touch in the county, in the area. And we came up with 17,579 kids that we do something for every year in the county. 10,245 of those are at the education station over at the zoo. I want to recognize Roy Johnson. Roy, would you wave to everybody there? Roy chaired the 100th anniversary celebration on October 10th.
Yeah.
Great job, Roy. We dedicated phase 2 of the Cumberland Park Playground on October 20th. And thank you, Gail, for recognizing my chairmanship. It was fun, and we got her did, right? The original mulch to Cumberland Park Playground was done on October 5th by 18 Kiwanians, and I was able to bow out of that because I was floating down the Mississippi River. Thank you for all of you who did that. The 96th Purdue Kiwanis Senior Appreciation Banquet was held on December 11th of 16. Tracy Dodds is the chairman. We had the Circle K Pizza Party at Columbian Park. This was for their state convention. I think there were about 50 kids out there, and 8 of us served pizza and soft drinks to them. Want to recognize the Publicity Committee, again chaired by Diane Camberado. Diane, wave, please. Our Audiovisual Committee, Lou Graham, Jerry Schmier, Jerry Schmaltz, and Rodney Vandeveer, every week have the program up there on the new TV. The Kiwanis Comfort Doll Project, believe it or not, donated 310 dolls in the last year, and Mary Jo Vandeveer is the chairman of that committee. Our cinematographer at weekly meetings used to be Lenny Seidel. Lenny, would you wave? Thank you. And now Kyoko has taken it over. Thank you. Our meeting setup crew, which we take for granted every week. Marvin Baxter, Marvin Wave, Carl Fritton, and Bill Pritchett used to be on that committee. Our Sam Postlethwaite Scholarship, chaired by Janet Ainsworth, who called me this morning, said she couldn't be here. The Howenstein Music Honor Award, chaired by Roy Johnson. Roy? Okay. Our piano entertainment, Jairus Eikenberry. Never take Jairus for granted. You do a great job, Jairus.
We're taking anywhere. I have more fun.
Our song leaders, Roy Johnson, Gary Reif, Jim Peterson, Gail Beck, and Lenny Seidel. Our invocators are lined up each month by Nina Barron Burke. She's the chairman of that committee. And we got to recognize our Kiwani news editor of her monthly work, yes. Terry Hopf.
Yes.
And she's working on one right now, believe me. Our Facebook editor, Teresa Replogle. Teresa, wave back there. Our Kiwanis webpage, edited by Jerry Schmier and Taka Ogata. Our program chairman, Diane Camberado, was chairman last year to get all the speakers for every month. And Sam Postlethwaite and Ted Luce, our photographers. Thank you for all you do, guys.
Yeah.
Happy Hour, led by Stephen Riggs. Our club picnic on September 17th. Again, Roy Johnson. Roy, thank you for a great picnic. Terrific kids program at Miller School, where we hosted 21 kids back in April, and I was the chairman of that. Our Bugs program at Klondike Middle School, we had 20 students here in April. Ed Niles was the chairman of that. Our Kiwanis One-Day Letter Stuffers, Janet Ainsworth chairman. Our joint Tokyo Club, Taka's the chairman of that, and we had 4 members doing interclub there. Diane, you were on that, and Camilla, and who else?
Nina.
Oh, Nina, okay. Our Christmas parade float is going to happen in 2017, chaired by Camilla Lawson. Our Circle K sponsor, Tom, we want to recognize you and thank you for your service there. We got something happening here with Circle K, and I want to recognize Mike Rimbakis. Mike, would you wave to everybody? Mike is with Home Care by Design, and he's working on getting a Key Club started at Faith Church out on the east side of Lafayette.
Wow.
Kiwanis Archives at the Purdue Library. Lou, amazing. You got it all in there, and it'll be there forever. Thank you. The Kiwanis Corner at the new YMCA is going to happen, thanks to Stephen Riggs. The Eliminate Project, Gail Beck awarded 6 new Zellers this past year. Gail, wave to everybody back there. Thank you. And I don't know if you know it, but we give a trophy and blanket to the Grand Champion Steer at the Tippecanoe County Fair. That's a project we inherited from the club that closed down. I had the privilege of giving the trophy to a young gal. She was an 8th grader at Tippecanoe East, I believe. She weighed about 90 pounds, and she was herding around about a 1,200-pound steer. So it was quite a combination. The Riley card donations. Marvin Baxter, thank you for doing that every year, getting that all gathered up. Get Well cards, Gail Beck, thank you when somebody's sick. And I can't thank enough our club treasurer, Lynn. We all take it for granted what you do. I got no idea what you do, but it sounds complicated, and thank you. And where did Jerry Schmier go? Holy cow. Somebody want to go look and make sure he's okay? I do know some of the stuff that Jerry does, and he developed a new accounting system for us this past year, and I don't know what you call it. It's complicated, and Audrey, I'm sure you understand it, because I don't. I just take his word for it. He does reports to Kiwanis International every month that are very complicated. And where's Lou? Lou, you're on that now? You know how to do all that?
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, yes, Terry.
I was going to say, he also made the new template for the Kiwanis News.
Yes.
He's already updated it for the next year.
Yep.
New office.
All right, great. Anyhow, when you see Jerry, give him a pat on the back, because he did a great job. And I want to thank our board members for their guidance this past year. And Mary Jo Vanderveer's not here, but she recorded our monthly meetings and wrote the minutes every month and made it look so professional. And I want to thank the 11 members who made it all the way over to Muncie in August to support our new Lieutenant Governor, Taka Ogata. And our Adopt-A-Spot folks who drug water into the spot there at the corner of Lindbergh and Salisbury until we figured out you can use the hose right across the street at the rectory. So that makes life a little easier. And by the way, it looks great. I'm proud every time I drive by there. A thing that I know Audrey's going to really be on this next year, or I'm going to challenge her to, is the Three Wishes campaign. We need a committee chairman for that. This is the identification of autism in kids under 3 years old, working with IU Health, Riley Hospital, and hopefully we'll get Riggs Community Health Center involved in that. Our new TV screen for the meeting room. And Lou, you did it. It's there. It's great. Thank you. And almost paid for, right? Getting close. What, within $500? So if anybody wants to finish paying for that, just write a check to Lafayette Kiwanis Club. And then finally, in memoriam, Paul Tucker passed away this past year, and Don Smith, our longest club member. So with that, I just want to say this. And I borrowed this from a famous Kiwanian. It's called, Who Are the Members of the Lafayette Kiwanis Club? We are photographers and cinematographers, meeting planners and bearers of banners. We are computer pros who stay on our toes. We are joke tellers and peanut sellers, youth award givers and grant deliverers. We are piano players and happy dollar payers, mulch spreaders and writers of letters, table wipers and collectors of diapers. There are pancake flippers and happy hour sippers, greeters and eaters, club leaders and school readers. We are song singers and bell ringers, fundraisers and trailblazers. We have volunteers, auctioneers, banqueteers. We are Tokyo Club visitors and guest speaker inquisitors. We go on fun trips with Roy, and our adopt-a-spot brings joy. We give invocations and do public relations. We are doll makers, ticket takers, and love our boiler makers. Finally, even when we are on the run, we usually manage to have lots of fun. Written by President Audrey Schneider. Audrey?
Thank you, Jim. Wow, that's exhausting just hearing about all this club has done in the last year. Just thinking about all that you have done, I feel like we should just take a year off and party or something. No, we need to keep up the work. And I just want to say, this club is in good hands. Not because of who's standing up here, but because of all of you sitting out there and all the amazing and wonderful work you do. You inspire me every time I come here, every time I'm around any of you, you inspire me. And so I just feel just quite humbled to be part of this and to be in this position for the next year. You guys have, you think of this as a well-run vehicle here. You guys keep this engine running, this engine of Kiwanis running. There are folks who have vision and ideas for new things, so you're steering us in great direction. So again, I'm just glad and thankful to be part of the ride, and will do my part to help this club along. I think again, we're doing so much, and it's just amazing what we're doing. And I think Jim may have mentioned it earlier, but what we simply, I think, need to do in this next year is just to share it with others. That Kiwanis formula that's been mentioned a few times, to just love it, love what we do as Kiwanians, love the projects and the opportunities we have to make a difference in the lives of young people. Just love that and share it with others and live it out. And then we will have others come and join us and share in this wonderful, wonderful work that we are doing. And again, just with all the exciting things that are already happening, so many opportunities. I think we have a good year in front of us. And I just want to share a little bit. As president, I want you to know that I really want to be available for all of you. And if you have concerns or things you want to share, I want you to feel free to call me. So I want to make sure that each of you, I have a new phone number. And so I want to make, and even you too, lieutenants, you need to know my new phone number. So make sure you write this down. It's 123-456-6666. 78910. Wait. 7890. Yeah, that's it. That's my new number. So feel free to call me anytime. My number is the same as always. But again, feel free to talk or call. Check in again. I just again, really excited, and again, just thankful to be part of this club with all of you and all the wonderful people that you are. So, with that, I think we will go ahead and conclude this meeting. And I'm going to end. I think when I subbed for Jim a month or so ago, I'm going to end the meeting with a quote by a famous person. And I'll share the quote, but I will only dismiss you if someone can tell us the author of the quote. So the quote is this: I am extraordinarily patient, provided I get my own way in the end.
President of the United States.
No, this is a famous world leader, no longer with us.
Winston Churchill.
Right country, wrong leader.
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher. That's right. She's a smart lady. So again, thank you all so much. Have a good week, and we'll look forward to seeing you all next week. Blessings.